Hello everybody, hope you're doing really well. Today you find me at probably one of these sites that unfortunately is probably soon to be completely lost to time and everything else. I'm talking about Brigstock Army Camp, and we're going to explore sections of it today of what's left, and I want you to come along with me because I think you're going to enjoy this one because it's had many uses pre-army camp and after post-army camp as well, but most people know it for being a World War II abandoned campsite. So without further ado, enjoy your history lesson. I'll see you on the other side. Bye for now. When exploring, sometimes it's hard to imagine when visiting a site how a place with so much interesting history gets relegated to what can only be described as a glorified rubbish tip. And it's with sadness when making this video that this is now a more common occurrence that seems to get reported on. And no greater example of this is that of Brigstock World War II military camp. Located in Northamptonshire in 1928, it was announced that Brigstock Camp was to be opened as an emigration camp for Canadians, where they could learn self-sufficiency, including industrial and agricultural skills. The site would have at first had 55 huts, but it was in October 1930 that its closure was announced, because it was noted that the camp had become a centre for trouble. After being sold in August 1939 to the War Office, it was announced that it would be refurbished as an army camp for its main function to be used by the US as a training school. When the war ended in 1945, it was home to 400 ATS Auxiliary Territorial Service females until 1947. Then, in around 1951, the US Army would take the site over again, with the US 928th Engineer Battalion being stationed there. One of the biggest misconceptions was that the site was at one point a POW camp. Plans were drawn up, but this never materialised, and it was then in 1960 that Stewart's and Lloyd's Steelworks purchased the site for £23,000 at an auction. 100 people moved from Scotland to work at the steelworks and used Brigstock Camp for their living quarters, paying between £2 to £4 a week in rent. Its final phase came when it was turned into a chicken farm and then later a lorry park. The reality of a location like this is, even though it's extremely rare to see, on a positive note, nature has now firmly made a home here, and before and after filming, I was lucky enough to see so much wildlife that on reflection it was a beautiful thing to witness, and I hope that even after the buildings have long rotted away, that nature will still have a home here. Old shoe to start back. Welcome back everybody. So, first thing I want to take you to is this air raid shelter. Now, there should be about 3 on the site, and I'm not sure what that building is. So if we can get into it, we should. I think there's about 3 pillboxes as well, but I'm not sure. We'll see what's here. The main complex is still there, so we can explore that as well. But yeah, look, air raid shelter. Oh. Let's get our torch out. Right, so in we go. Wow. So there should be, like I said, about 3 air raid shelters in here. And this is what it is. It's quite tiny. Escape hatch there. I'm assuming the other 2. I've got a rough idea where they are. And actually the map that I've used to find these is done me proud, except the layout. And that's because, unfortunately, it's had changes over its life, so to sort of, I know roughly I know one section, and then the rest, like that thing over there, no idea. But I know there's some pillboxes, and yeah, all manner of stuff here. There's a jacket, security, There's our air raid shelter to begin with. Nothing much to write home about, but still an air raid shelter. I'm assuming that's probably where the chemical toilet would have been, and then the escape hatch, and then just this corridor here coming out onto the last wall, which you can sort of see. Oh dear. Stinging nettles and everything. Please tell me this is a better way around. Oh yes. Get in. Come on. That's it. Oh. This is some command post. Looks like there's the toilets there. Wow. Yeah, this is some kind of command post, isn't it? To go around and have a look, doesn't it? There's a little thing there for electrical cables. Christ, it looks huge. Didn't look that big from outside. But then I wasn't really going around, was I? And out. Well. Gotta admit, that's pretty impressive. All the graffiti. Wow. Look at this. Workbenches and everything. I don't think that was from I think that's probably more modern, maybe. Can't imagine that being old. Wow. Now that is an impressive structure. So there's toilets there, and then there's all these multiple little offices. Like I said, in my research, I don't know which individual buildings are which, except I do know roughly what the kitchen and canteen area was, but apart from that, no idea. But it's been properly gutted, hasn't it? It's definitely seen better days. But then the whole campsite has. Right. Let's head out and we'll find some more stuff. The terrain around here is rough. It's just brambles and stinging nettles, and there is all manner of obstacles to deal with. Broken glass. You can see a lot of explorers have visited, but my god, it is terrible. You know, it's sort of one of these strange ones where the history and the location is just so sketchy, so bad. See, look, for example, there's a corridor, but I'm not going to keep climbing up and down on wooden floorboards just to do that. No way, not today. I think from already looking at the place, I think the question is basically, let's do the best of what we can and go from there. See, the thing is, even though there's what looks like a relatively good clearing, the moment those brambles latch onto you, it's painful, even on my legs now. Oh, for summer, this is probably a bad idea to do this, but we'll do what we can. But wow, it's look at that, for example. Look at that. A hut, but the whole roof is just completely collapsed. Unbelievable to see. I know that there should be some other air raid shelters. There should be 2 more, but if I find them, that'll be a bloody miracle. Look at this. This is crazy. Yeah, see, look. Fortunately, there have been plenty of explorers who have come into these, excuse the wind, but wow, whole area. I'm not even sure what I'm actually treading on, but clearly there's holes. I don't know what the hell this is. It's a strange explore today. So I just feel like any step I'm going to make, I'm going to fall through. In fact, whoa, head back. Really got to be alert on this one. Really got to be alert. Honestly, you can see where people have put their foot through, but the thing that worries me is that all around here there's intermittent pieces of glass. I don't really want to fall and then literally have my leg cut off with some glass. I have no idea what this is, do you know that? It's wood, but it's like it's been warped really, really badly. Again, we've got to imagine that there are different phases of this place. Jesus Christ, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't regret coming here. Oh God. The thing is, there's nothing you can do. There's absolutely nothing you could do. You can wear exactly what I'm wearing and you'll still get the same results. See if we can walk around. I'm basically following these little footpaths that people have been creating in hopes that they might lead to some parts of the army camp. Well, like I said before, we say army camp, don't we? But really it wasn't. It was, but there was also many other uses. So really the phases of what we're seeing. Oh God, there's a chimney stack there. Can we get to that, I'm assuming? Bit weird. Oh dear. Sorry for the camera work. Seeing random bits which just don't tie up with anything. And so, for me to give you a true evaluation of this place, I really can't. See, now there's brick bases and there those pillars, so we know that obviously that was raised up, wooden floorboards, tiling there. Now, I'm really being dubious about where I put my foot, because I'm very nervous that one wrong move and I could fall into something, because it is that bad. There's a chimney there, demolished house. There's a water tank there as well, so again, no idea on that. Actually, behind that there's another. They look like, yeah, they are chimneys, because I can see, you can't see this, but in there is they definitely are chimneys. And there's a water tower there. And yet, from what I remember reading, one of the things that was labelled was the kitchen area, and that's near the front of the property. Strange. Very strange. Okay, so I've got a feeling, although I could be wrong, there might be an air raid shelter in there, but there is no way I can get through that. It's way too thick. Now, I'm sort of going against my own advice on these videos, which I hate to do, which is normally I would start at the back and then work my way in and then head back down, but today I've sort of mismatched it everywhere. Can we get in this way? Oh Christ, this is so overgrown, it is just ridiculous. See, look. Good job I'm wearing stuff that I know. I'm always sort of exploring stuff that I wear, but well, oh man, this is agony, every thistle and thorn. Well, look at this. If I can get through just a couple more steps, knowing the actual problem is going to be coming back out again. My word. Well, there's a boiler there. Oh, it's amazing what survives and what doesn't, isn't it? But seriously, this is ridiculous. I don't normally get this annoyed, but I feel today I'm just fed up with the brambles already. I'm fed up with getting stung to buggery. Okay, so my new issue now is that the weather's starting to turn and the wind's really picking up, and I didn't bring a wind muff with me on this, so I'm going to apologise. The wind's coming out. We haven't got that much left to explore, thankfully, because I've just genuinely had enough of this place. I appreciate that it's historic. I've not done an army camp on the channel, but if I get stung one more time with brambles, I've had enough for today. I think sometimes you just have to say to yourself, like, as much as on any other given day that wouldn't bother me, today I just feel completely drained and struggling with just trying to keep positive and kind of with my mental health. So again, I'm doing the best I can. Fully accepting this isn't going to be the best video that I've ever done on the channel, but I'm still documenting what I can, and like I said, there's not much anyway, so it's not like I'm sort of, you know, really worried that I'm missing out too much on things. I mean, the extent of this site, what you've got to sort of really put into perspective is that really, you know, this site had gone through multiple phases. Now, normally, just looking for some area shelters, but like I said, I'm pretty sure they're on that side. Now, normally, you get, with an army camp, it's rare that you get multiple phases. So in this instance, because it never even started as an army camp, and now it's and then it went into it, and then it went out of it, and then it went back into one. It's kind of rare that you see this. It's probably why buildings like this have survived as well as they have even now, even after how many explorers have been here and done what they've done. But yeah, it's crazy to think, isn't it? After all this time, all this history. Normally in army camps you'll just see the foundations, so you won't normally see the extra buildings, added buildings that are here. So yeah, I think that's obviously fairly modern. I'm pretty sure that's the farmer maybe have done that, or a farmer or former owner. Yeah, pretty sure, because that just looks like that looks fairly sort of standard modern. Don't know what's gone on in here. Blimey. What a day to be traipsing through the brambles. It's hot and sticky, and yeah, just not ideal conditions for it. Normally for me, brambles you want to go through in the winter time, and then you can just sort of traipse through that way, but let's keep going. Okay, so we're now getting to the nitty-gritty of the site, which is the part closest to the road, and whether we can get into it in these buildings. These buildings at the front are the best preserved ones. I did briefly look at the ones that are up across, but let's see if we can go through this way. See, people have been making little paths, but unfortunately, because of the type of weather that we've had, everything just grows back so quickly. Including the wasps and bees. Let's tread on this. Oh, sorry, nature. Ow, 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 ow. Right, okay. Wow. Jesus, that's a huge drop. Huh. Oh God, me and wooden floorboards again. Well, if I can make it to the other side without falling in, that'd be great. If not, I'm going to have a painful time getting out of here. Every creak. Look at that. See, there's pink there, look. There's some paint. I mean, for God's sake, of what we're picking out here. But it just shows how high up we are, that we're on like stilts basically. Oh crap, I actually thought I could get out of this way. I thought I could, and I probably can, but I can't actually get out. So unfortunately I'm going to have to head back round. Oh crap, everything is bouncing. I really don't want to fall in, you know. As I said to you before, if you're familiar with the channel, I had a very bad experience in an asylum where I pretty much did that. It was bloody painful, and I did it fairly recently as well. It's a story for another day. I actually had a witness with me. That was so bad. Really hurt my shin. Another story for another day, but yeah, hopefully you're sympathetic with me on this. Oh, sticky, hot, it's everything. Ugh. You can see the remnants of a building there that's on sort of raised parts there. You would assume, I would guess, that there would have been a wooden floor across that. How things change. Just seeing if I can get around this way. I'm literally following bits of paths that fellow explorers have already carved out, and I'm grateful for it, because if I hadn't have done that, although I say that, it's a dead end. If I hadn't have done that, this would have been a hell of a lot worse. Oh no, we can go around this way, I think. Take a nosy through here. Oh, man alive. Oh wow, that's the opposite end. We'll come back to that in a minute. I'm hoping that'll lead me into the final section, just for a sense of ease. This place has punished me greatly today. It really has tested my patience. There's a beautiful door over there, if you can see that. We could get in if you wanted, but let's have a... Can I walk round? Probably could, but can I be bothered? Let's just get close enough to the door, I think. Yeah, look. I mean, you've seen it. Really unlike me, I feel like I've let you all down today on this video. Not my usual standard. But I think you can hopefully be slightly sympathetic in my understanding of how the terrain in this one has just been. It's defeated me with the heat and everything. It is so warm today. Oh God. Bit dark. Farming gear in there. Oh my word. Jeez. Oh my God. That is a lot of farm machinery. Some really knackered, some, well, most of it knackered. There's a couple of trailers that look fairly in good condition, but you can see from the graffiti and everything that it's I put my head round when I first came here, but I didn't really see too much. Wow. That is what I expected to see. Trailers. We can get round. Let's do that. Oh my God. You've got that smell of petrol, petroleum, whatever you want to sort of say. See, most of this hasn't been used for a very long time. It looks fairly clean, but clearly hasn't, because of all this graffiti, all the smashed glass on top. And yet, from what I found out, I didn't think anybody actually owned this anymore. Look at that. Little garage. More pigeons to annoy me. Wow. Wasn't expecting that on our final bit of exploring for today. I had a peek round and I couldn't see inside, because I just thought I'd just have a quick look round the corner. Didn't realise what was actually properly inside this. Huh. Look at that. Well, there you go. Nice little thing to end on. I'm pretty sure we've done it all now, unless I've just completely muddled myself. It wouldn't be the first time that's happened. I've really pricked myself quite a lot today on my hands, and that's not the place you want to do it when you're driving. Oh, yeah. That is it, everybody. We've pretty much explored it. Well, to summarise To summarise, this place has seen better days. I knew that coming into it. We only managed to explore one air raid shelter, and I think there's two. We didn't get to see the pillboxes. There's somewhere. And it was all a bit of a mishmash, wasn't it? And easily probably not one of my favourite videos to do. I'll be glad when I go. And I say that in a strange way because it's got so much history. Well, has it? Let's debate that when we watch this video. Was there enough here to constitute this being a really important site? And I'll leave that with you, and maybe that's what we should conclude with. When places are this decayed and this rotted and covered in graffiti and everything else, the historical context and the value completely loses itself. And then obviously with the sort of confusion that we have with these farm tractors and machinery that's in these places, we know that some parts of this were in fairly, well, were they in fairly good condition because there was holes in the floor. There's a lot there, wasn't there? Yeah, strange but true. I've been Michael Aspel, joke. Well look, in the immortal words of Phoenix history, I'll leave this one with you. Historically, it's rare to find a World War II army camp, if that's what we're going to primarily call it, in any sort of good condition anyway. So the fact that this is here and is just about there, especially when it had obviously got used as a chicken farm, the ironworks, steelworks wasn't it? It got used these huts for obviously locating for. So I mean, again, you know, for workers here. So, you know, like I said, the rarity about this is how many phases it's been through. That's what makes it unique. But apart from that, I mean, the air raid shelter was tiny, which normally indicates for the size of one, you know that there would have been a couple more, and I'm pretty sure they were through the thickest brambles ever, and even I'm not going to go through them today. So yeah, sorry everybody, I did try. In the more words of Phoenix history, thank you so much for at least watching till the end. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It's not my best video, let's just put it out there. But it was still historically interesting. And considering I've not done an army camp on my channel, at least we can tick that off, right? So feel free to spread the word of the channel. Feel free to dislike this one. I wouldn't blame you if you had I would have disliked this video myself. So there you go. But yeah, like it if you want. But either way, keep exploring history. Keep exploring for yourselves. Keep going out there. And it's proof that sometimes the terrain can defeat us. And I think today it's properly defeated me today. I'm going to literally be peppered with brambles, pricks and everything else, so yeah. Anyway, in more words of Phoenix history, because history matters, and I'll see you all very soon. Look after yourselves everybody. You ready? Kapow!